Sasquatch, ghost, dogman, aliens, demons, shadow people, skinwalkers, even the Fae. Our universe is vast, dark, and wrought with infinite unexplained phenomena. We have tasked ourselves with assisting humanity in finding the keys to unlock the mysteries that abound in and around our world. What we intend to reveal behind the curtain of darkness may very well invoke those fears long tucked away in our memories. We will meet that fear head on as we strive to shine the light of understanding on these phenomena. The goal is to arm you with the power of knowledge to confront and even combat these entities. We welcome you to join us on our quest. We are Midwest Night Watchers.
Welcome, everyone.
Hi, everybody. Glad you can be here.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are.
Wherever you are. Welcome to the Night Owl Lounge, where we discuss anything into the unknown. And tonight we're going to review some of the paranormal or anomalies, if you want to call them, the woo feathers that people have been calling them, and little light anomalies that have been coming out of the pictures and the clock and the tapestry. And so
it doesn't seem like it's been happening the last few weeks. So let's just kind of see if it starts happening, if we're going to start talking about it tonight.
So we broke them down, and we got about, I don't know, 6 or 7 little tiny clips that we'll show here and there, and we'll talk about them, and we'll repeat them several times throughout, back to back. So, because they go pretty fast.
Well, first I want to welcome, let's see, I see Josh, Alzie, Sue, Cynthia.
Yeah, we got Josh, she said, and
Got Alzie, Sue here.
Yeah.
We have Cynthia.
Cynthia, welcome.
Is that all the comments? We got a few lurkers. Hello, whoever's lurking. Welcome. You don't have to be shy. You can type in chat if you want.
So we got quite a few little clips, and they go by pretty fast, and we might have to watch them a couple different times because it's kind of hard to remember. I don't have them written down right in front of me where they exactly appear at, but I clipped them down so we could just see the anomaly itself. Are you having fun?
I just thought, instead of where's Waldo? Where's the woo feather?
There's the woo feather.
We're not going to remember where it's going to be, so instead of where's Waldo, we're gonna play a game. Where's the woo feather? Sorry. Oh, it's already late. Oh, I had to.
So we'll get back on track. We'll play the clips. We'll probably repeat them several times, and I'll let you guys in comments let us know what you see or what you think they are, or whatever. Just enjoy the clips. And
sorry we had a train wreck at the beginning of the show.
So we're gonna I think coming up, we had such a good time talking about herbal and crystals and all that stuff, herbal remedies and home remedies and tinctures and wildflowers and
all kinds of stuff.
We had about 3 hours last
so.
week.
Yeah, I think so.
So we got a show that we're probably going to do that. I don't know if it'll be next week or not. It just depends. And I don't know. We'll see how that goes. Everybody seemed to enjoy that conversation. So, but this week we promised we do the weird stuff that's been happening behind us on live shows. And
So this would have been a month ago, right? Because no, 3 weeks ago.
well, I
More than
got
3 weeks ago when this happened. It really hasn't happened since.
Terrans also.
Oh, that's right. That happened where she was at, but it was on our show. Yes. Interesting. Nice hat. Hello, William. Well, if it's morning there yet, no, I guess yeah, it is morning there. He's an hour ahead. Good morning. I hope you have your coffee. I hope you have a whole pot of coffee ready. I only have 1 cup. Oh, well, thanks for stopping in, Owsie. Owsie Sue. If your visitor leaves, come back. We might be on for a few hours. All right.
So we'll go ahead and show the first clip and see what you guys all think. Should we show Terrence first, or shall we show ours?
Oh, we could show Terrence first, yeah. So it was our show, but it actually happened next to
So
her.
we had Taryn Kerper on from Paranormal Brew, and on her live stream, her portion of the video, she had, when she was talking kind of on a, I don't know if you want to call it a dark subject, but it's kind of a weird happening and stuff going on. There's somebody in the chat, and I think it was Titan. I don't know if Titan's in here tonight or not. He said that when she said nauseous, when she said it makes me nauseous, feather or some kind of silky looking something went behind her head and almost down to her shoulder before it disappeared. So
similar to our little woo feather thing. So it looks really similar to ours.
So we'll show this one first and see what you guys think.
It got to a point on the show and I don't know what to make of it, but every time he said the word children, I got nauseous. I was like,
okay.
Yeah.
Something's not right. Like there's something off with this guy. So I went to my good friend Kenny and I said, help me out with this. We did some investigating.
I saw it.
Now it's kind of hard to see. The first time I had to really concentrate to see it because it's really kind of faint. It depends on how it was twisting and turning behind her. But she said she couldn't find anything because I messaged her and sent these videos to her, and she said she couldn't really find anything in her studio or where she streamed. So we don't really know. Let's play it one more time, and then we'll see what the chat has to say.
It got to a point on the show and I don't know what to make of it, but every time he said the word children, I got nauseous. I was like,
okay.
Yeah.
Something's not right. Like there's something off with this guy. So I went to my good friend Kenny and I said, help me out with this. We did some investigating.
So when she said nauseous, right after that, it goes from almost like right above her head down almost to her shoulder before it disappears. So I don't know, did everybody in chat able to see it, or?
Good evening, Juno.
So put it in chat and let us know if you saw it or not. We can replay it again, or we can move on to other clips, but it's very, very similar to what we were seeing. The very first one we had almost looked like a cobweb, feathery looking thing floating down behind us. So what do you guys think? Let us know. Type it in. What did you see, or what do you think you saw, or did you see nothing, or was it too fast?
Cynthia saw it.
So yeah, we've had quite a few little anomalies, that's this happened all over, and Williams and Chad, the very first time that we had anything weird happen was on Williams' show, I believe, was the very first one.
That was the thing we thought might be right in front of the camera. But then that night is when everything started happening behind us. Well, guess we can play the second clip.
We can go back to the first clip. You guys just let us know if you want us to replay one or.
Where's the woo feather?
So these are going to go by really fast because I didn't leave a lot of time in the beginning or the end. I just captured the moment that it happened. It's
I don't really remember the year. I think it's 1950s or 1960s, so it's pretty close to our age.
the field. So did you guys see that one? It came right off of the pistol picture and went straight up towards the ceiling.
Yep, comes out of the pistol about right here and goes up.
So that looks a lot different than like what was that we saw behind Taryn, which was similar to ones that we had before in our videos. These are more like a little light anomaly or some kind of little orb or however you want to describe it.
Or is it I don't really remember the year. I think it's 1950s or 1960s, so it's pretty close to our age.
The field.
Okay, so it goes over here and goes up.
I
don't really remember the year. I think it's 1950s or 1960s, so it's pretty close to our age.
The field. So what do you guys think about that one? Did you see it?
Hi, Mary. Mary saw it.
So Mary saw it, and
looks like she has her father checking her out.
Oh, okay.
Mary gave a thumbs up. Everyone say hi to Mary. She's my sister. My Arizona sister.
Maybe she didn't want everybody to know that.
Oh, well, too late. Can't edit a live show. Hi, Mary.
So what do you guys think of that one? Did you see the little light anomaly come out of from the pistol?
It's always either the quilts or the pistol or just the green wall itself. Sometimes it goes up to the clock, so it's not just the gun picture every time. Sometimes it's the brown quilt. Sometimes it's the black and white quilt. And definitely, a lot of times you can see some glitching and stuff back there also. That's what just looks pixelated out there before you see the little woo feather.
Well, we'll play that. I think we'll play that one more.
Grow up.
We like lightning and thunderstorms too. Instead of going in the basement, we go out.
Different. Didn't see that one. We gotta see that again. Where was it? Gotta grow up.
We like lightning and thunderstorms too. Instead of going in the basement, we go out.
Okay.
Go ahead and tell them.
When we play this again, you will see it come out of the top of the brown quilt, which you can't see tonight, but yeah, it comes out of the tip of the brown quilt. Oh, there we go. That brown quilt. So when we show the picture or the video, it shoots up out of the brown quilt. Gotta grow up.
We like lightning and thunderstorms too. Instead of going in the basement, we go out.
That was fast.
Yeah, it happens. Like I said,
Yeah.
probably should have gave more
Gotta
time.
grow up.
We like lightning and thunderstorms too. Instead of going in the basement, we go out. All right, did you guys see those? Or that one?
Mary must have a lot of patience. Thanks, William. put up with me. Yeah.
So let us know in the chat. Do you guys see that one come out of the brown tapestry on the wall?
The wall hanging, whatever it is. Yes, it was fast. That one was definitely fast. It just zips out.
Yeah, I didn't slow any of these down or anything. I just left them the way they were. All I did was clip it out at the beginning of it and the end of it and try to capture it in the middle somewhere. So I didn't leave a lot of time in between, and I didn't slow down the motion or anything of it at all.
Well, sometimes when you've been slowing them down, you don't see them as well.
Yeah, I think it kind of,
Yeah.
I think when I slow them down, the editor that I'm using kind of skips frame rates or something. So I think it hurts the quality of the video.
So next.
Ready for another one?
Next. And this thing just faded out and disappeared above our house. So good night, all. Is that above the brown quilt?
I think it comes out of the brown quilt again.
Well, it looks like I see the pixelation and stuff also around the brown quilt.
All right,
Interesting.
so here we go. One more time.
And this thing just faded out and disappeared above our house. So good night, all. Okay. And this thing just faded out and disappeared above our house. So good night, all. Some of that is my smoke.
Hi, Flat Rock. Thanks for
Hi,
being
Flat
here.
Rock. Hi. Thank you for being here.
Here's Freaky Geek.
Hey, hi, Freaky. It's good to see all you guys. I see cigarette smoke. Yeah, a lot of that's cigarette smoke. So I'm just wondering if there was something else that we were supposed to see.
There is in between the smoke. You can tell. It's hard.
Oh, you said it's on the gun picture. Maybe that one. Maybe we're looking at something different. Maybe we're being distracted by the smoke. Let's focus on the gun.
Yeah, Mary says the
Okay.
gun painting.
All right, I was focusing on the smoke over there by the brown quilt.
All right, let's play that one again, and we'll.
Yeah, I'm gonna look at the gun.
If I remember which one it is now.
The third one down. And this thing just faded out and disappeared above our house. So good night, all. Okay, it's that's the one that's really quick and zippy, and it's up here and it goes zip, or it goes that way. And this thing just faded out and disappeared above our house. So good night, all. Yep.
Yeah, right out of the white gun handle.
Yeah, you can see it.
I saw it zip right out of it, and it didn't make it very far out of the picture. It didn't seem like, or at least when we lost it.
And they don't continue. It definitely disappears.
So we don't really know what they are or what it is. I mean, we're just calling them little orbs or light anomalies, or I mean, we have no idea. We keep looking behind us after the shows, before the shows, and we don't see any cobwebs or any kind of hairs or anything. So we don't really know what all this stuff is.
And I've messed with a bunch of hair and trying to make it float across and blow at it, and it always just goes down to the ground. And I've seen hair go across the camera and stuff too, and I go back to the video and I don't see it.
I was asking, does it go across the clock from the gun painting?
When it went to the clock, it came out of the green wall in between the gun and the clock. So it's not always the gun. Sometimes it's the black and white quilt, sometimes it's the brown quilt, the gun, or the green wall, and goes up to the clock. So it's definitely not just a gun photo.
All right. We'll do this one more time. Unless you guys want to see it again, we'll do it this time, then we'll move on.
And this thing just faded out and disappeared above our house. So good night, all.
Now, to me, it looked like it came from the gun and went towards the black and white quilt.
Yeah. It definitely disappears. You don't see it continue.
Did everybody see it? Everybody get a chance? No, what am I missing?
William. It's a creaky saw it.
Breaking news, you got ghosts. Yeah, I think we got something going on. I'm not really sure what it is.
Ghosts, fairies, once in a while Sasquatch, I don't know.
Freaky Geek saw something.
Breaking news.
Okay, that's where we left off the
Yep.
last time. All right, we'll move on to the next one and see what it has for us.
Thinking it was a mothership. I do not believe it was Elon Musk. And this thing just faded out and disappeared above our house. So good night, all. Not feeling well. Bright orange orb. Interesting. Bright orange orbs. Okay, that was the same area of the other one, of the white handle of the pistol.
So I think it was part of the same video, but I saw something else that nobody told us in chat, so I went ahead and left it in. Thinking it was a mothership. I do not believe it was Elon Musk.
And this thing just faded out and disappeared above our house. So good night, all. Not feeling well. Bright orange orb. Interesting. Bright orange orbs. All right. Some of it is smoke, but there is definitely something that zips up through the brown quilt. And then after that, if you watch the gun picture, you can kind of see it kind of pixelate and move and glitch and do something weird. So yes, there is smoke over there, but there is definitely a solid little white thing that zipped up from that brown quilt.
So I think this is the one that I noticed when I was trying to find the one coming out of the pistol. Then I noticed that other one.
And I'm giving credit to Rocky because she gave us like seven timestamps.
Yes.
And gave us the exact time and down to the seconds, and he was able to break them down, and that's what we're showing you tonight.
And then Titan was the one that gave us Terrans from our Sunday show with the anomaly or whatever it was growing behind her head down to her shoulder. So Titan found that one for us and sent it to us. So if you guys see anything during our, like right now while we're on live, if you see anything, let us know either in chat or if you send us an email, send it to midwestnightwatchers@gmail.com and let us know what you see.
A lot of times before it happens, you see that little pixelating movement and stuff back there. That's usually been my sign. And I keep looking back there while we're on our live shows also. But it hasn't happened for a couple weeks.
So let's see. Probably need to play it 50 million more times. I tell you, there was a lot of times after I clipped it out that I'm sitting there saying, where did I see it? I can't see it now.
Yeah.
Almost did a Z shape.
And once again, anybody who's new, we don't have a ceiling fan. We are in the basement. There's no breeze that would make fuzz or anything like that float by, but definitely just change shape, and they stop and move and zip. And
on the clock, was it during the video or were you talking about during just now on the live?
Yeah, did you see something with one of the The mini clips. We'll have to go back and play that last one and see if there's something over there.
From the same video. All right, well, we'll go back to it and we'll play it again.
Thinking it was a mothership. I do not believe it was Elon Musk. And this thing just faded out and disappeared above our house. So good night, all. Not feeling well. Bright orange orb. Interesting. Bright orange orbs. Okay, we're going to play that again because the same time it goes up the brown quilt, there's something that zips down
From the
in
clock.
the clock. Yes, there's two things. Wow. Thinking it was a mothership. I do not believe it was Elon Musk. And this thing just faded out and disappeared above our house. So good night, all. Not feeling well. Bright orange orb. Interesting. Bright orange orbs. Yeah, and I see glitchy pixelation in that gun and even that wall area. Just makes you wonder if something's back there cloaked. Wow.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So as you can tell, you know, we have little things happening here and there, and it's really hard. I mean, even for us, you know, we know once people tell us, you know, that what the timestamp is and try to catch it, we got to sit there and watch the video over and over ourselves just to see, okay, what are they talking about? What's going on?
Sometimes on the big screen TV, that's the best to really catch it and see it and going, okay, that's where it is. But most of the time, there's no pixelation behind us. It's just odd. What's making things pixelate and like glitchy?
And we're not taking out the, you know, the aspect of electronics. It might be a glitch in processing the videos that we make. We don't know, but people are seeing it live behind us, and a lot of times they're telling us, and then
yeah, they're seeing it while we're live show.
a lot of times they'll go back and they'll repeat our shows just to go through it and try to find something to let us know.
Under a microscope, yeah.
But eventually, I think we're going to get a PC. We're filming right now our live shows on a tablet, so we got a small screen in front of us, and right now we got a monitor or a TV hooked up, so we have a little bigger picture besides us. So that's why you see us look over all the time. And we're going to try to get a brand new PC built, and we'll have a real nice HD camera on it and hopefully a good microphone so we can do a lot more stuff and maybe have a better quality picture. I think our picture is really good now, but I don't know.
Yeah, it's definitely bigger than a cell phone. Some people use their cell phones. Correct. Yeah, we use our Samsung tablets, and they've turned out pretty good so far.
What's William saying?
I don't know. Something. I saw my name. You can tell the smoke because the smoke's kind of floating up. I think the woo feather is a little different.
Yep, tablet's bigger than a cell phone.
I don't want to stop smoking. I just started smoking cigars again.
So you guys want to see it one more time, or you want to move on? Because we already found what two things in that video, at least two.
Yeah, that was interesting. One going up, one going down. I saw glitchy movement.
So you guys let us know if you're ready to move on to the next one, or if you want to watch that one more time before we go.
Don't talk all at once.
Yeah, everybody's being shy tonight.
I know.
The other night, man, they were just rolling so fast.
Don't talk all at once.
All right, I guess we'll move on.
All right. Next. 11.
Cheers, everybody, and we'll catch you next time.
Love you.
Love you. Now, you guys should have been able to see that
Okay.
one okay.
That went down in my head.
Yeah. I always thought there was something going on.
Oh, sometimes they go to you, so it's both of us. Knock it off.
Cheers, everybody, and we'll catch you next time.
Love you.
Love you.
Hmm.
I don't know what to think about that one. That one looked kind of funny.
William's leaving. Good night, William. We love you. Thanks for joining us tonight.
Thanks, William.
Give Tracy a big hug for us.
Yep. Welcome, Freaky Geek. I'm glad you showed up.
Do we have any of the older ones still
I
downloaded?
don't think so. I don't
Okay.
know.
Or the very first ones?
All right, I'm gonna play that one over again just so we can see it one more time.
Number 11.
Cheers, everybody, and we'll catch you next time.
Love you.
Love you. I don't know. You watch so many of these, and it's just hard to wrap your head around what it is because they all look a little different. They're not quite all the same as far as what they look like.
We don't feel anything spooky or malevolent.
So what do you guys think that one was? Was it a more of a feather looking thing compared to the light one that came out of the painting earlier, or we were calling them woo feathers, or people in our chat named them woo feathers.
Susie B started calling them woo feathers. Or Susie B.
Yeah, I thought maybe she'd be in here tonight.
She might pop in. Sometimes she pops in later.
So we got 13 and
All right.
viewing us right now. So thanks everybody for being up late or really early, whichever way you want to say it. And pop in the chat. Let us know what you think.
Nope. There we go. Yeah. It does. It kind of comes down and zip and then down.
Yeah, it was kind of
Huh.
weird how it came out and then did the little.
Yeah. How they move and they stop and they change shape. They change direction.
Yeah. Not quite as fast moving. As I said, they all have different characteristics. You know, they don't all look the same. They don't all have the same kind of movements. And it's weird how sometimes they look like they stay against the wall and then disappear. And sometimes it looks like they actually gravitate towards us. So we don't really know what's going on.
And you can see them fade out. Well, we'll go to the next one. Other ship that I recorded on our channel.
William says it glows in the dark because of all the radiation. And
That was fast.
that one went fast.
Wow, that was fast. That's behind me and zips up the brown quilt. My goodness, that was fast.
All right, let's play that one again.
Other ship that I recorded on our channel.
William says it glows in the dark because of all the radiation. And
And you can see that the background just kind of glitches and moves, and it's not doing it now. and it has in other shows. It's just certain times you just kind of see everything kind of glitchy back there, and then the phenomena blue feather thing happens. My goodness, that was fast.
And that one had more of a curve to it than some
Yeah.
of the other ones. And it not only did it go fast, but it changed directions pretty fast.
Other ship that I recorded on our channel.
William says it glows in the dark because of all the radiation. And that's a funny, that's a So I'm assuming everybody was able to see that one okay. We showed that one already.
Yeah. Yeah, I like that one. Hope the mattress is not breaking down in the room. What's going on, glitchy? Sometimes I wonder if it's something that's cloaked out that we're kind of seeing slight movement when they're cloaked, and then they're going poof. I don't know.
Yeah, it is almost like something's blowing something out
Yeah.
or spitting something out, or I don't know. It's really weird.
Because it's not the whole show that you see that glitchy type strange in it. It's in the wall, it's in the gun. Sometimes you can see glitchiness around the quilts.
Maybe we ought to bring a camera down some night and just let it roll and see when we're not here recording if anything like the same happens.
Yeah. And we thought about a second camera going too to see what's going on, but the phenomena kind of stopped. So if it happens again, we'll have another camera going at a different angle.
Spirit spitball.
Spirit spitball.
It looked like how a spitball moved. I used to play baseball in high school and in college, so it does look like a spitball.
And all this started is when we had Steve Stockton on as a guest, and he was talking about fays, fairies, and elementals. And he just left the show, and we were finishing up, and that's when it zipped out of that gun cabinet and just stopped and zipped up and went back behind his head. And it happened for a few weeks, and now it kind of slowed down.
Well, evidently it hasn't slowed down too much. When it's happening, it's happening. It seems like when it starts, it just goes through the whole show. I don't know. All right, what do we got?
That was number 7. We got one more.
Yeah. Can't go by my beard. My beard is just an illusion as far as age.
You can't go by luck. All I saw was glitchy movement. I didn't see where the little thingy was. Did you?
No,
But I saw a lot of glitch movement back.
Can't go by my beard. My beard is just an illusion as far as age.
You can't go by luck. Okay, that comes out of the brown quilt again. And boy, that one's fast too.
So yeah, we don't know what's activating it or why it's caused that, but like Jane said, it seems like every time we talk about it or bring up clips like this, then during the live portion that we're not showing it, it seems like they start coming out.
Right. So I'm interested in seeing if
anything happens tonight while we're talking about them.
Tomorrow I'll go back and watch. See if it happens.
And then on Saturday or Sundays when I'm on William's show, Sunday and Saturday mornings, I sit against a quilt that's on a different wall in the same room, but I don't ever have anybody tell me that anything comes out of that quilt.
Right.
Or flies in front of the camera or...
And at first everyone thought it was the gun, but it's definitely not just the gun. It's the brown quilt, black clock, just the wall itself.
We had a couple just come out of the wall. Yeah. But we never have anything come from the globes or crystals up that I know of. It's always from those 4 objects.
I don't think we have. And it seems like it comes out of something on the wall. And the wall is just a normal wall going to the stairway, going upstairs.
All right, let's play that again and can't go by my beard. My beard is just an illusion as far as
You
age.
can't go by look. That left a long trail.
So did you guys see the trail from it as it was going from the brown clip or quilt up to the ceiling? I'm gonna play it again. You guys pay attention to it, and in our monitor anyway, it looks like there's a trail. Can't go by my beard. My beard is just an illusion as far as
You
age.
can't go by look. Yeah, it definitely leaves a trail.
So did you guys see the trail?
A hunting trail. Hmm. Hmm.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, people have brought that up about how old this house is and what was here before the house. And as far as I remember, this house has always been here. I know the original owner built it, and it's attached to the farm property behind us. Now, whether this was a native hunting grounds or anything like that, if that's what you're talking about.
And we've been here, we're on our 19th year, and we've never really had anything spooky or malevolent or slamming doors, lights on and off in the house or anything like that.
I mean, we've always paid attention to, the spirit world or other dimensions, or trying to raise our consciousness, or our frequency, however you want to term it or say it. But we've never really seen, with the naked eye, any orbs necessarily. I mean, there's been a couple times we saw maybe little things, but nothing. No poltergeists, like Jane said, slamming doors or holding doors shut on you where you couldn't open them, or slamming cabinet doors or moving chairs, any of that stuff.
Look who popped in chat.
Wow.
It's Duke.
Welcome, Duke.
Hi, Super Duke.
Some boring UFO stuff. Well, we know.
Yeah, come on over here. We're
we
talking
know,
about anything and
we
everything.
know our friend Marquise is over there tonight.
Yeah, Marquise is on there, but my goodness. Hi, Duke.
Glad you showed up, Duke.
Yeah, I've missed seeing you in chats, and I missed your, you didn't have a show last Sunday, and hopefully you got a show coming up this week. Thank you so much for popping in. So how's the Sasquatch in your area? Anything new? Still asking for Cinnamon Toast Crunch, peanut butter? What's the grocery list been here lately since you've been, what did we call him?
Oh, what was
Uber.
it? Uber.
Uber Duke?
I don't remember what it was. Something Uber. Snack.
It wasn't just Uber. It was
something snack. Yeah, the snack guy.
DoorDash. DoorDash Duke. Giving the Sasquatch what they want for a grocery list. Thank you, Duke, for coming in. So yeah, we've been showing our little woo feather phenomena, strange things behind us.
So we'll probably go down through the list again. We probably got new people that came in. I know Duke just came in. We'll probably go right back down through the videos.
Yeah, we can go through them quick.
And we don't have to go through them quick.
Well, not quick, but we can go through them again.
Then you guys can get another chance to watch them and tell us what you think. So we'll start back up with the very first one from our show, and it's
I don't really remember the year. I think it's 1950s or 1960s, so it's pretty close to our age.
the field.
That was between the gun and the clock.
So I'll show that one again. Watch the gun.
Between the gun and the clock.
It's
I don't really remember the year. I think it's 1950s or 1960s, so it's pretty close to our age.
the field.
It's just so funny. Some of them are super fast, some of them are slow, some of them change shape.
So
And we got someone else in chat.
Yeah.
We've got Mars. Welcome to chat. Thank you. Thank you for joining our
thanks
show.
for coming. We've been showing little clips of videos that happened during our live, and they're little anomalies and little could be phase, could be anything. We don't really know what it is. We're just trying to figure it out. People keep telling us, timestamps and when they're happening during our live video, because we're paying attention to the show and chat. We don't really get a chance to watch the wall behind us, on the live feed. So it's nice that everybody sends us emails and tells us in chat, hey, I think I just saw something fly behind your head. And then we go back later and look it up and clip it out.
And don't know what to think of it.
So let's go to the next one.
Gotta grow up.
We like lightning and thunderstorms too. Instead of going in the basement, we go out.
That was one real fast coming out of the top of the brown quilt.
So I'll play it again. So watch the brown quilt.
Gotta grow up.
We like lightning and thunderstorms too. Instead of going in the basement, we go out. So did you guys see that one again?
It just happened. What just happened? Did you see something live behind us now?
Huh.
Or a few minutes ago? I just went up.
Oh wow, 17-inch tracks.
Oh my goodness. Wow.
That's
Can't wait to
awesome.
see that on your show. Very cool. Left them some blueberry bagels. Aww.
Hey, there's Grant.
Hi,
Hi, Grant.
Grant.
Thanks for coming.
Hey. Thank you for showing up, Grant. My goodness, we miss you. My goodness. Hello. And we got a big Duke. We got a big Grant.
So did you guys see it come out of the brown quilt?
Now we're going to have to show that again. Everybody's popping in. We're showing our little woo feathers and phenomena that's been happening on our live shows.
So we're on number 2, right?
Yeah, number 2.
All right, here we go. Watch the brown quilt.
Gotta grow up.
We like lightning and thunderstorms too. Instead of going in the basement, we go out.
Yeah, that zips up fast.
So that one's pretty fast. And let's go ahead and go to the next one. And we'll let you guys watch that. Then we'll talk about that in chat again.
And this thing just faded out and disappeared above our house. So good night, all. All right, so it's not the smoke that's above my head. It's something that comes out of the gun picture near the white pistol or the handle. So ignore the smoke that's above my head. And this thing just faded out and disappeared above our house. So good night, all. That was really tiny.
That one's really faint, and it comes out of the gun picture, and it's heading towards
The quilt.
the black and white quilt, right?
Yeah.
All right, let's play that one again since these are really short and really fast.
And this thing just faded out and disappeared above our house. So good night, all. Yep.
So some of them are really faint, and some of them you don't have a hard time seeing them at all. They're like really bright, and they're some of them are bigger than others, so we're not really sure what they are or how to explain them.
And once again, these are Samsung tablets. It's not night vision. So if it's a bug or a moth, you would actually see that it's a fly or a moth. So it wouldn't show up like a little light phenomena. Too fast for me.
Let's see. Freaky Geek says, I'd hate to be the cobbler or shoemaker that has to make shoes that day. We love you too, Grant.
Yes, we love you too, Grant. Hope everything's going well. We sure do miss you. Text us anytime, you know. Feel free to message him or text him or something. Keep in contact with us. Wow, that's a pretty good track. Can't wait to see that one. A Z shape. Yeah, they don't just float down. They do change shape and zip, and you know, some of them zip up and then go down.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy on some of the stuff that they do.
Okay. Have you ever gotten any videos or pictures of orbs with faces in them? Well, I'm going to work on that because we do have orbs in our backyard and our field, the field behind us. And I use an ATN night vision binoculars. So I was considering not taking videos and just start taking a bunch of still shots, and then we can blow them up and see what's inside. Yeah, someone suggested that we should start doing that. So that's something that I want to do this summer.
All right. You guys ready for another one, or you want to see that one again?
Yeah, move on.
Move on?
Yeah, move on.
All right.
I lost track where we were at. Thinking it was a mothership. I do not believe it was Elon Musk. And this thing just faded out and disappeared above our house. So good night, all. Not feeling well. Bright orange orb. Interesting. Bright orange orbs. That one comes out of the white handle of the pistol again. And just watch the whole picture. You can start seeing some of that pixelating matrix, weird looking movement.
All right. Let me play that again, then we'll go back to chat and see what you guys all think.
Thinking it was a mothership. I do not believe it was Elon Musk. And this thing just faded out and disappeared above our house. So good night, all. Not feeling well. Bright orange orb. Interesting. Bright orange orbs. All
right. So that one, or the one came out of the brown quilt, but then the one, I think why I left that video go a little longer because I saw the one that came out of the gun again.
Okay, so yeah, that's right. That's the one that's not all smoke, that there is something white that zips up in that video. I keep looking at the gun.
So is everybody able to see that one again? So is this like the, I don't know, second time, third time we've played it?
Yeah, but we got new people coming in. Some people left. Some new people are popping in.
So for anybody that just showed up, and I don't know, since you're not in chat, I can't see who you are, but we're showing little clips of captured anomalies, things that we're not really quite sure what they are, but they keep happening behind us during our live shows. And people are emailing us or telling us during the show and chat, you know, hey, I think something, this came out of the gun picture or the quilt or behind our heads.
Or they're leaving comments. If you go back to some of our past videos, just check out the comments, and people are leaving timestamps on these little strange things. We've got 4 or 5 shows so far that things have happened. So there's quite a few comments in some of these shows.
So if you guys see anything in our videos, like right now, if you would happen to see something, tell us in chat or leave us a comment in our emails at midwestnightwatchers@gmail.com and let us know roughly what the timestamp or where you thought you saw it at. Or you can actually go to the comments for our YouTube channel and leave a comment there, because we follow those really closely and try to respond to everybody.
And I keep watching behind us, and it just don't look glitchy. Everything looks fine. Just does not look like it's pixelating.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Cool.
That's crazy. All right, we're
Wow.
going to move on to the next video. I can remember where we were. Cheers, everybody, and we'll catch you next time.
Love you.
Love you.
And that's the one that comes down back behind my head.
So that one's easy to spot. Goes right down straight towards Jane's head. So here we go again. Cheers, everybody, and we'll catch you next time.
Love you.
Love you.
No, that time I saw it like shoot out of the brown quilt a little bit. It kind of shoots out and then goes down.
That's what it kind of looked
Oh,
like.
yeah. I want to see that one more time. It shoots out of that brown quilt.
All right, here we go. One more time. Cheers, everybody, and we'll catch you next time.
Love you.
Love you. All
It
right.
still looks like something's going poof. Oh, I guess I don't get it.
Let's see.
No, I do not get spooked here at all. There is nothing malevolent. I do protective prayer here all the time. The only time I really felt spooked is I heard strange clicking on one side, which would have been a neighbor's yard, and the same strange clicking in the other neighbor's yard. And I felt weird and uncomfortable. I've heard stories that when you hear clicking like that is grays. And I did go inside that night. But other than that, it's possibly Sasquatch making strange noises, and I feel their presence around watching me. Still wonder if they like my cigars. I don't know. It may not just be the instruments, but I've never really have felt spooked here at all.
Now, did we just have something happen live again? This had happened when Freaky Geek said nice and clear.
Well, we're gonna have to go back. It has not happened much
Let's see.
these last few weeks, so I'm wondering if we start talking about it, they start showing up.
Does it help if I say I've seen it at home on my computer?
Thank you, Duke. Yeah, smash that like button. Please share it out. And if you haven't subscribed to our channel and you are over on William's chat, please pop over, subscribe. We are almost at 300. I think I saw it at 293 this afternoon. We are almost at 300 subscribers over here at Midwest. And thank you very much for all the support and showing up in chat and sharing it out. I really appreciate it. We just didn't think that would grow so fast.
The first video you showed was real clear.
Okay.
All right. Yeah, so help us out, please, and like, heart, subscribe, hit that notification bell. And if you're on our channel, go over to William Nighthawk's High Strangeness podcast. We're sharing a platform with William. Since I'm on his shows, he's invited me, to be a regular on his shows whenever I can. And So we're both sharing the same platform. It's his platform, and he invited me on it. And so our show now shows up on Williams shows and or his Twitch and his YouTubes and Facebook. And the same way when William has a show, it shows up on our YouTube and
Our Twitch.
our Twitch. So you can go to either one of the channels or all of them and hit the like button and help us out. And
Well, what I think it could be, I mean, it could be spirits. People, that one show, they were seeing like a face come out of that gun photo. You'd have to go back and watch. It was a couple months ago, actually, when this started. And two people picked up a 6-year-old boy. Now, the only thing we could think of is there was a young child in my son's attic, and they lived there for about 4 years. And it was very timid and shy and scared. And I thought it was a girl, but it could have been a little boy. And I did tell him that, you know, you don't have to stay here, since my son and wife and 2 young children were moving. You don't have to stay here. You can go home and go to the light. Well, I wonder if it misunderstood me and came home with me. And we were bringing home furniture and stuff from our son's house. So it could possibly be that. You know, with the big glitchiness, it's like maybe something big back there is cloaking out or something. Hey, Duke, if you're still in chat, could Sasquatch come inside our house, down in our basement, cloak out, and play games and poof out little woo feathers at us? I'm not sure, because that glitchiness really kind of, you know, bothers me too. When you see, you know, even in the paint. So
here,
yeah, some of them look like orbs.
So Freaky Geek said thought he saw pixelation and thought maybe seeing a little bit of a face. See, people keep telling us that in comments and chats and stuff, but they think once they start noticing the pixelation in the painting or on the wall, mainly the painting though, it seems like it's that dark color.
Yeah, you can see the face or something when the dark green on that print or whatever it is. It's not really a painting. I'm pretty sure it's a print. And you can kind of see it moving and glitching. And I can't explain what it would be. I mean, we move back and forth. That shouldn't be out of, you know, changing the focus or anything back there. Most of our videos, it is definitely clear back there. There's nothing moving, no glitchy, strange looking things. And we did have a moth one night, and we could tell it was a moth. And we also had a fly one night, and we couldn't really see that. We've seen hair go in front of us, and it did not show up on the camera. So it's something back there that's a spirit or some kind of orb, something that actually is showing up.
All right, let's go to the next one. I remember where I was.
I think we did 11. Other ship that I recorded on our channel.
William says it glows in the dark because of all the radiation. And that's a
fast one that zips up by the brown quilt. That was fast.
Thanks, everybody, and we'll catch you next time.
Love you.
Love you.
Yeah, that goes back behind my head.
Then this one's going to be really fast.
Other ship that I recorded on our channel.
William says it glows in the dark because of all the radiation. And that's a So that one kind of did a little S shape or weird thing. So I don't know what. It's just,
and they don't look like, a lot of these don't look like the hairs. You know, at the very beginning, a lot of them kind of looked like a hair or a worm or a down feather, whatever you want to call those things. Even my silky chickens, they don't have really feathers. They've got these tiny little things. And some of them do look like orbs and they're round. Now, did we show the one that showed a tail, or is that coming up?
that should be coming up.
Okay.
That should be the next. I think the next one, or was the very next to the last one. We just did 7, right?
Yeah.
So this should be this one. All right, this is going to be the last video
Except
of
for
this
Terrence.
of this clip, and not that we won't play it again, but I'm just telling you this is the last of the series. Can't go by my beard. My beard is just an illusion as far as
You
age.
can't go by luck. Yep. That's the one that left a trail. But I still think it looks glitchy between us by the gun picture.
Yeah. So let's play it again and watch for the trail. Can't go by my beard. My beard is just an illusion as far as
You
age.
can't go by luck.
So once you get past us goofing off, you can see the little thing go up, and it almost looks like it leaves a little trail behind it, whatever it was.
That's crazy. All right. What did Duke say? They can send their Lachey spirit form. Okay.
Oh, so they don't even have to physically be in the house.
All right. So during that time, I will say that I was having outside kind of activity and I was sensing them around. Like I said, my goats do let me know that there's something strange in the barn. I will share now. It stopped happening, so I can share it now. I was having 3 different lights blink and go on and off out there, interacting with my questions and talking to them almost like a REM pod. And I did sense that they were out there. Well, since last Thursday, I guess, none of the lights are blinking. None of them are acting up. The ghosts are acting fine and back to normal. And they probably moved on. I'm hoping they come back. And I think they kind of hang out in the barn or hide there for a few days or something. But last week I did see 2 black helicopters actually go over our house. Normally it's along the river or on the other side, coming down on the other side of our town. These 2 times they were over our house, and things have been kind of quiet. So it makes me wonder if could it have been, the Sasquatch clan that Robin McClay said that, that we do have around here. Were they showing up? Because it looks like there's something big behind us, glitchy. It's not something small. That whole area back there kind of glitches. And it just seems like they're going poof. So I don't know. But like I said, everything's quiet out in my barn. I don't sense them even in the yards. Did hear a couple of knocks the other night. It makes me wonder, but that was far away. So it makes me wonder if they're, they left the barn, for now, and they're out traveling. And also, when they're not around, that's when I see deer in the backyard. So when I don't see deer and I feel their presence, so it's like they're gone, and all of a sudden, oh, there's the deer. They're in the backfield again. So that could be a possibility. It could be several different things. Actually, it could be a few different things.
Yeah, because we've talked about the Fae, and we've talked about, Sasquatch, and I mean, there's just all kinds of things that we dive into and look up and talk about on the shows, and there's so many characteristics of one thing or another that we feel everything's all connected anyway. So we don't really have an exact idea or an idea of what's happening around us or what's on our property interacting with us, but we just know it's obviously something dimensional where they're not seen, or they can react or physically show something or make something happen, like Jane said, the lights, it's almost like a REM pod where they're answering questions, or we say,
and for a whole week now, nothing is going off and blinking. And like I said, these are 3 totally different lights. And I will even tell them, okay, well, blink that light, and then all of a sudden that light will blink. It was very strange. It could have been Faye, but it could have been, the Sasquatch, like I said. One thing that we did think of is Gerald's mother is has had dementia and Alzheimer's and is to the point that has very little good days. Most of the time it's bad days. A lot of things, if I can skip it, that's on the secretary back here. That is her secretary also. A lot of those items up there were her items. Now, we've heard stories of people going out of body in comas. Could people be going out of body and traveling spiritually if they're that far gone with their dementia? That could possibly be. We really don't know. We don't have the answers. We just know weird things are happening and not every single show.
Yeah, so I mean, it could be my mom coming to visit, whether she's traveling out of body while she's having a dementia moment, or she's having a bad day where she's slipping out of consciousness, and maybe her mind's freeing herself up to travel and come over and visit, because she used to spend a lot of time with us.
And she liked both of us, and that's why I'm thinking, sometimes it goes to me, sometimes it goes to him. And a lot of times it does happen over here where some of her favorite little items are up there. So I don't know, and I did have an uncle pass a couple months ago, but I really don't feel that he really came and visited. I honestly think he missed his wife, my aunt, and my mom, and another sister, which was another aunt. And I think he actually went home. So I don't think it's the uncle that just recently passed.
No, I don't think so either. I think he was ready to go home and be with family.
Yeah, he was ready to go. So I don't think it was him. So it could be a lot of possibilities. I don't know.
The only thing that makes sense to me is we know of Sasquatch presence.
Mm-hmm.
So it could be like Duke said, it could be a spirit form of them. Mm-hmm. And we know we have Fae activity, even though we haven't seen them, but we do know they're around. And we talked about them that night when it first started happening with Steve Stockton, and we spent that whole show talking about Fae and fairies and the whole elemental aspect of that spirit form.
Well, last fall, remember when it was starting to get kind of cool and we were still having some activities outside, but the dog was underneath the blanket on my lap and I smelled sulfur. I mean, it was sulfur or almost like a sewer smell. And it's just like, what is that? Well, the dog woke up from a dead sleep, got her nose out of that blanket and was going, and sniffing. So she smelled it and then it went away. And I was thinking, was there a Sasquatch in our living room? I mean, I've never smelled that smell before. It happened one time. And it was odd to the point that it woke up the dog, and she's not the kind of dog that farts or anything like that. I don't know if she's ever farted, but it was a strange smell, and it was brief. And she smelled it, and then once it went away, she just got back under the blanket and went back to sleep.
Now, if Dick's still in the chat, he can tell us, but I think that most Sasquatch, when people report the smell, is more of a musky, earthy smell.
But sometimes people said they smelled flowers and sweet stuff. So sometimes they smell different things.
But if you say sulfur to me, I automatically think of evil or demons like brimstone and stuff like that. But
they do call them skunk apes in certain part of the country because they kind of smell that type of smell. And I know what a skunk smells like. We have plenty of them around here. It wasn't a skunk. Oh, well, was that the last one? We
got Taryn's video.
Okay, we got Taryn's left.
So this is going to appear right above her head and go down towards her shoulder when it disappears right after she says nauseous. And she's talking about a person that was either on one of her shows or was making false claims. And
she was starting to just feel nauseous. And after she said, I just started feeling nauseous. And it was on our show. She was our guest. So it didn't happen behind us. It actually happened in her room on our show.
So let's play this one a couple times, and it's real faint, but if you see it behind her head, right above her head, going down to her shoulder, you'll be able to see it.
It got to a point on the show, and I don't know what to make of it, but every time he said the word children, I got nauseous. I was like,
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
something's not right. Like there's something off with this guy. So I went to my good friend Kenny and I said, help me out with this. We did some investigating.
Now that looked, it changed it like it was like thin, got thicker, and that changed form.
Yes, like I said, it's kind of hard to see unless you know exactly where to look. So if you just pay attention to the opposite side of when she flipped her hair back.
Well, it appears above her head and then goes down.
But by the time it gets to like her ear, you can tell it has a little more texture, a little more thickness to it.
Yeah, it changes
before it disappears. So let's play that again.
It got to a point on the show, and I don't know what to make of it, but every time he said the word children, I got nauseous. I was like,
oh, okay. Yeah.
Something's not right. Like there's something off with this guy. So I went to my good friend Kenny and I said, help me out with this. We did some investigating.
Yeah, it disappears right before it gets to her shoulder.
So once again, it seems like that's another thing that when we talk about something and that's upsetting or kind of a downer or a dark subject, that certain things appear also. I mean, because it happened the one time on William's show on a Saturday morning.
Yeah, you guys were talking about anger and stuff like that.
We were talking about, subjects that were sad or upsetting to people, and the same thing with the story she was telling, that it upset her, and obviously it must have triggered something again during that show.
A lot of our stuff, we're kind of laughing and giggling and having a good time.
But we do bring up subjects of Fae and Sasquatch and dogmen and ghosts and paranormal and dimensional beings. And so it seems like every time we pay attention to that subject during one of our shows, something happens or something starts to appear.
Well, we'll go back to chat real quick.
Yeah, let's see what chat's saying. And
if anyone else is talking. All right. Oh, okay, good. A haunted horse barn. Ooh.
Oh, wow.
Ghost box. Well, I was considering it. I took my Ovilus out there and I took my Sony digital recorder, and I was going to kind of do a session and see if I can hear a moan or a grunt or something like that. Well, they were flickering the lights to the point that I felt like they didn't want me to do it, and I did not turn any of the equipment on. And I told them, I said, okay, I will leave you alone. And I haven't bothered. So I just feel like they didn't want me to go out there, and because I don't know if I've got a haunted barn, but I'm just kind of sensing that, there's a couple Sasquatch or a Fae or something. Something definitely was interfering with my lights and going on and off. And like I said, it's Thursday now. Yep. Exactly a week now. It's been quiet out there. The lights are not going on and off and interacting. It's been very, very calm. We did add 3 little baby goats to the barn. So I didn't, maybe we scared them off when we brought home baby goats. I don't know. I just thought maybe they would enjoy watching the baby goats. But yeah, it's been quiet out there for a week. So
yeah, spirits and animals are very close. Especially when you get with elementals. I mean, they know how to speak and communicate with each other. I mean, if you look at Native American history, they've always had stories and tells, of being able to communicate with the animals, you know, as humans even. So spirits obviously can transcend that, and you know, whether they mind speak or whatever. And you know, obviously Sasquatch, you know, we feel they're dimensional, and Duke can chime in on this. And you know, certain Sasquatches and certain people are able to mind speak to each other, and they obviously have a very vast communication or connection with animals, you know, whether it's horses, whether any of the animals, you know, the wolves.
Oh, yeah, I want to bring up a subject while Duke is in our chat. Well, actually, did you bring up that one? That was interesting. The voice
Yeah, I said
immediately
that one.
said horse, then paused for a second, and then added, and a Bigfoot. Interesting. So last Thursday, we ended up working on the driveway, and we had the barn doors open and a lot of noise, and we're scraping the gravel. And they could have left that day, because then the next day, that Friday, is when we got the 3 baby goats, and the lights really weren't acting up then. So I'm just wondering if you and our nephew doing the driveway, they kind of went, okay, we're taking off for a while. But when we got baby goats, it's 2 miles away. And so it's not that far, down the road from us. And they had miniature horses and 1 pregnant miniature horse. They had a miniature donkey, all kinds of sheep, all kinds of goats, and they had 2 normal size horses. Now, the miniature horses and the donkey, they were fine, but Carol and I noticed, well, actually, you noticed it, both of the large horses, they do have witch knots or fairy knots, or what I want to call them is squatch knots. And they're like dreadlocks. They're not real. Sometimes there's places that it looks a little braided. Other ones looks kind of twisted. Down at the very end, it almost looks like they tied it in a knot because they didn't have, the hair tie. But these 2 horses, I have never had such gentle horses that they all followed us around, and they followed us and just wanted to be pet. Most gentle, sweet horses I have ever known. But one horse had a double. It went down to a V, had 2 of them, went to a V and then went together. And then the other one was a single.
Yes.
And we asked them, like, what is this? And they said, oh, we think our granddaughter probably braided them.
Well, at first, when I brought it up before I told you about them, I asked him, and he said he didn't know anything about it. And then he kind of paused and kind of had a weird look on his face, and then says, oh, I think my granddaughter did it.
Well, I asked my oldest daughter, because she went to school with this girl. Well, actually, the granddaughter's mother. And so I asked my daughter how old this girl would be right now. And she's older than my grandson. So she's like 14, 15 years old. She would know how to braid. And if anyone knows girls that age, that whole mane would have braids all the way down, and all nice and pretty. I don't think they'd be learning how to do dreadlocks. So it just, and it's about a half a mile from the river too. All wooded area.
So we live in the Illinois Valley, right on the Illinois River. And not only do we have some marshland, from natural springs and offshoots of the river, we have little lakes and stuff. And their farm is right on one of the bends of the river as it goes around before it comes to our town or goes to the next town. And on both sides of the river, there's obviously trees and woods where there's no houses, no development. It's just natural forest or woods. We call them woods, not necessarily forests around here, and it's all hilly. And so and Duke, if you're out there, you can tell us. We think it's prime location. We've got water source. We got all kinds of game and wild animals around. And
there's pretty much 3 farms. We've got animals. There's one a mile down the road. And then their farm is you turn and to go 2 miles down the road. And I have heard they like to hang out on farms and barns. And between, late at night, like 11 or 1 o'clock, when I'm in the backyard sitting, I can hear the donkey a mile down the road just going crazy and honking and, this and that. And there was one night I heard it was sounded like coyotes, but normally coyotes have a high pitch, like a scream and little barks to them. This is more like 3 or 4 things going, oh, oh, just kind of almost like howling, not really like a wolf, but just kind of carrying on down at the donkey farm. And then all of a sudden, in between these 2 farms, I heard this low, deep, oh, oh, and it was a deep howl. And all of a sudden, those things down at the farm just shut up. And I just sensed like there's juveniles down there messing with the farm animals, and the senior Sasquatch that was a mile down the road hollered and told them to knock it off. But it did not sound like coyotes, really, because they normally like scream and yip and sound like Indians screaming. And I mean, this was a different sound. This was about 2 weeks ago when I heard that. So I know they're in the area. They just left my barn for a while. They definitely aren't in my backyard or around my barn, and my lights are quiet right now. But like I said, it was about the time we did our driveway, and then the 2 black helicopters, or 2 different days, 1 helicopter, and then the next day another helicopter. And it's been quiet. They must have took off and they're hiding somewhere else for a while. Horse braids, yeah, witches knots, fairy knots. So we got to just start calling them squatch knots. So it's almost like little dreadlocks and with a little bit of braid in it. Yeah. Have you ever seen anything like that, Duke, out of any horses, or know anybody who has horses and this has happened? Yes, they tie the ends in a knot. Nebraska Bigfoot Museum has multiple examples from North America. Oh, wow. Yeah, you can Google online. There's just all kinds of photos. Interesting. And these were in the, once again, the little miniature horses, their manes were smooth, nothing out of place. And it wasn't the outside mane. It was like underneath,
Right.
So it was like underneath that. So just really interesting. I've heard about them. I've seen pictures of them, but experiencing this last Friday when we were picking out these little baby goats and seeing these 2 horses have that, I just kind of went, oh, cool. That's got to be the same clan that has been watching me and listening to my instruments and, just checking this out. So they must be hitting all 3 of these farms, because there's all kinds. I mean, they got horses and cows and sheep, and even the other one has all kinds of different animals.
Yeah.
Floodplains and marshes are some of their favorite spots. Very cool. So yeah, one of these nights, maybe the next Wednesday, we'll download our pictures.
Yeah.
Because you've got some and I've got some, and we can download and show all the pictures of of little knots, the dreadlocks, and almost look like there's grass and stuff webbed inside there.
Weaved inside.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, squatch dreadlocks.
Well, let's see. We still have 13. And
Oh, wow. We've got 13 people on here. Well,
I wish everybody would come and chat and say hi.
I know, who's all in here? Come on, everyone start talking to us. We're going to end the show here real soon. It's been an hour and a half. So any questions, comments, just say hi. Let us know who's in chat lurking. You don't have to lurk. You can say hi. Duke's not scary. He's a real friendly guy. He's not going to scare you out of chat.
So once we're on that subject, make sure Sunday nights, you go over to World Bigfoot Radio and say hi to Duke and like and share out his content and his channels.
Oops. Hi, Oops.
Hi, Oops.
Hello, Oops. Welcome. Cynthia's still here. Yeah, we are 6 o'clock Central. We usually end about 7:30 Central. And then we pop over to Duke's chat 30 minutes before his show and is in his chat. And then he starts at 8 o'clock. And then we have Jessica at 9. We pop over to say hi to her show. So yeah, Sunday nights is busy, but yeah, check out Duke's show at 8 o'clock Central.
Then after Jessica, we watch After Hours on SOR.
Yeah,
And
watch
watch
Marquise.
Marquise Williams.
Marquise, yep.
And since we're talking about Marquise, he just started a Twitch channel where he's gaming, but at the same time when he's gaming, he's talking about aliens and UFOs and all the whistleblowers, and he brings up videos and picture in picture so everybody can see and what's happening during the day in Washington and NASA and all them talking about the whistleblowers. So obviously the government's denying it, and the whistleblowers are saying no, they're lying. They really do have stuff, and it's a really good subject. And Marquise does a really good job and very informative. And Marquise is just a wonderful speaker and very articulate and on the way he speaks, and he doesn't go over your head with a bunch of technical stuff. He just talks to you like an everyday person, and it's just an awesome show. So in the afternoons on Twitch, you look up Dimension of Reality with Marquise Williams.
And he's also showing on his YouTube at the same time. Right now, unless he gets striked eventually, because YouTube is not friendly. But yeah, it's Dimensions of Reality. So you can go watch Marquise. And we just got all kinds of people that we like to plug, but we can also plug our show Sunday, and you can let everyone know who our guest is this Sunday.
Yep, it's this Sunday, 6 p.m. on our channel, and obviously it's going to play on Williams' platform too. We're going to have Brown Dwarf. So
Running away.
so
Sorry, I got distracted by chat. Freaky Geek is running away. Take care, y'all. Thank you for showing up, Freaky. We love you. Thank you.
So this Sunday at 6 p.m. Central on our channel and Williams' platform, we're going to have Brown Dwarf, and we're going to show possibly some of his videos and pictures of his investigations, and it should be a really good time.
Bigfoot apparently also braid flags.
Oh.
Same braiding technique. Also example. That's the Bigfoot Museum. Well, is it just horses, or do they mess with cows? Do they mess with goats? Hi, Rhonda. Thank you for being here, and thank you for letting us know who's watching. But yeah, I mean, is it just horses that they're interested in, or do cows have this phenomena, or it's just so weird. Those two miniature horses didn't have a problem with their manes. Neither did the donkey, and he was really hairy. He would actually show up. He would have kind of matted and stuff, but he looked like he was.
They got shorter.
Fine
they
too.
got shorter hairs on their manes, though. These horses
And none of
had
their tails.
nice long. Yeah,
None of their
weren't
tails.
braided.
It was both their manes. Yeah, it makes me wonder if they, mess with goats or mess with cows, or, is it just horses? And I know the wives' tale is witches come and borrow the horse for the night and then bring it back by morning. And the same with the fairies. They call them fairy knots because fairies take the horses. Well, I'm thinking, why would fairies take a horse if they have their own wings and they fly? So I don't know. So they're called, the old wives' tale is the witches' knots or fairy knots. But it was so interesting to see ourselves for real. It was so exciting. Like, oh my goodness.
Yep, that's the first time
Yeah.
I've ever experienced or even paid attention to horses, man. I mean, well, I've rode horses my whole life, and my family's had farms with horses, and we've had places where we went and rode horses around here and other places, and I've never, either I didn't pay attention or I'd never seen a knot or a braid in a horse's mane before without knowing that somebody did it for a parade or whatever.
Well, it's usually fancy braids.
Yeah.
And I had a horse for 10 years as a child, and I don't recall our horse ever having anything like that happening. But it was really cool. So yeah, maybe next time we'll show some of these videos of these two horses of what we found. So interesting. So we got 15 now.
We got
Oh my
15.
goodness. Well,
So anybody else want to come in and say hi to us while we talk a little bit longer? And
if you want to talk about a subject, we'll stay up for a little bit. There's 15. If there's a certain subject you want us to talk about, we'll start talking.
so besides Duke's channel, which we said was on Sunday nights, World Bigfoot Radio, we have let's see who else we got. Make sure we have Brown Dwarf this coming weekend. So make sure that
Yeah, he's got a channel. Go subscribe to his channel. He's
on TikTok.
Yep. All right. So this Sunday. Yeah, we missed you last Sunday. I might show this Sunday. Check this out. Do something.
Wow.
Wow. I can't
14
wait.
to 31 inches.
Can't wait to see that one. Oh, and a drone video. I love these drone videos. So cool. Yeah, and then we got Bigfoot, Michigan, Rob, Texas Front Porch, Blondes and Booze,
Jason,
Jessica, the Cryptid Huntress. We got Marty, Nanabosh. We got Amber the Paraworld. We got Steve Stockton. We got D.A. Roberts, Tom Cardos from NCCPP. Oh my
Shane
goodness.
Michael
Shane.
Chris from West Coast Dogman Project.
Yep, go find all these people and subscribe. I mean, this the whole community. You see the same people in all these chats, and we all just love each other and support everyone. And even if we aren't in chat the whole time, we're there. We'll say hi and make sure we hit the like button. Then we go someone else's show if they're live at the same time. We want to support everybody. And please share us out. Like I said, we are almost at 300 subscribers. Woohoo! We are growing, and I really appreciate it. I appreciate the shares and the likes and the comments. That's helping the algorithm. And we just appreciate all you guys. We love you. But yeah, if you have a subject you want to talk about real quick, let us know, because we probably will be ending this here pretty soon. It's 2:08 in the morning here.
So we start this show at 12:30 a.m. Central Time, and we usually go as long as chat's active and talking to us. And
yeah, chat kept us going till about 3:30 last week. Yeah.
Yeah, and then there was a one night Duke popped in on like one of our very first shows.
Yeah, when Duke popped in, we were on till about 3:30 in the morning.
He stayed with us the whole time.
Yeah. So if you're new here, we talk about UFOs, some of our videos of what we're catching up in the sky with our psionics camera. And I catch orbs with our night vision binoculars. We'll talk about
we talk about everything. We talk about cryptids, we talk about
ghosts,
fays and spirits and dimensional beings, and
talk about the Bible and spiritual things, how all this is connected. So we just talk about all kinds of different things. And Wednesday night is chat night, and it's up to you guys to interact with us and let us know what you want to talk about. And Sunday night, we focus more on our guests, and really ask them questions and talk. But this is your night, so if you want to keep us going,
pop in and say hi and tell us an experience, or tell us something you want to talk about. Or
can I ask Duke a question? Duke, you're still here. I have a question for you. So if you're still here, let's just say, yeah, I'm here. Because I'm hearing from, let's see, Brown Dwarf and Barry Littleton, something about Sasquatch being connected with the 420, if you know what I'm talking about. And, is it that they're interested in that? Or, oh, another rabbit hole. I'm going to ask Brown Dwarf, and then Barry Littleton brought it up also, that said Brown Dwarf mentioned it. So, something about Sasquatch enjoying or liking 420. B. Moss.
Yeah, Bettina Moss, right?
Yeah. Support her too and go subscribe to her channel. So,
So there's Chad C.
yeah. So, my goodness, are they eating it? Are they smoking it somehow? I think Barry mentioned something about did the Sasquatch introduce the Indians to 420? And that's where the peace pipe came from. So, and Blaine Tyler, yes, go Blaine Tyler's channel. Go subscribe to him.
And then Paranormal Roundtable.
Paranormal Roundtable with Josh Turner. Yep, he's another one that I watch. We just got so many that we watch.
And then Dennis Carroll, which is a co-host with William on a lot of his shows. He's going to be starting a new show on William's platform, which will air on our channel also, and he's going to be talking about chasing the shadows, and it's going to be about folklore and all kinds of paranormal and ghosts and all kinds of cryptid activity, and it's going to be a lot about investigations, and he'll probably tell a lot of his stories of investigations and other people's stories about what they've experienced, and it'll probably be on a Wednesday night. I think that's what he said. Don't hold me to it. So you'll be able to watch him on Wednesday nights, and then later on, a few hours later, we'll be on.
Yeah. And another person I thought of is on Tech's Front Porch when Rob also streams. They stream the same, kind of like the platform. Next Wednesday will be Jason and Donnie's last live on Wednesday because they're changing it up. And it sounds like Danielle Diva is going to have her show on Wednesday. So please check out her. And she'll be streaming, I'm not sure if it's on Blondes and Blues, but definitely Texas Front Porch and probably Rob's. And that will be here in a couple weeks. And then Tex and Daniel Diva does their Saturday show.
Criminal Minds.
2 o'clock Central. Yes, Criminal Minds. So we forgot about Danielle and Tex's show. So that's another one that we watch all the time.
And from time to time, you might catch us on Blondes and Booze or Texas Front Porch, or once in a while they'll ask us to come on, and we've been on there a couple times, and we've been on a few other shows. We've been on Jessica's show and
been on Marty's,
and
Rob's.
We got some more. We got some more guests. So the people that we've mentioned here in chat, we got them coming on. But this Sunday is going to be Brown Dwarf.
Hmm.
I think that's the answer to your question.
Someone would use it.
See, now I know
Okay, that's what they were kind of talking about. Some of them go after the North California growers, and they've been seen in there. So
I know
okay.
they like tobacco, or people talk about leaving tobacco for gifts, but I didn't know about the 420 connection. But I'm assuming, humans are figuring out that is
medical.
Medicinal for ailments and certain diseases and stuff, and helps with certain things. So I imagine they would too.
Yeah, we were talking last week on that helps seizures and fibromyalgia pain and helps you sleep, helps depression. There's all kinds of medical. So yeah, it makes sense because Sasquatch, they know their herbs also, and the medical benefits and all these herbs. Paranormal Highway, yeah. I mean, there's just so many shows out there. There's Three Beards. I mean, there's so many cool shows out there.
I know I keep thinking we're forgetting people.
I know, I don't want to forget anybody, so.
Sounds like Duke's got more than
There's
we do.
Hellbent and Holler. They're another good one on Monday night. Hellbent and Holler is really good. And if you can't watch all of them, click save and click on watch later and watch them later. Because sometimes there's 3 of them going at the exact same time. They're going, oh my gosh, how do I do this? You have all tablets going, the phone going.
So if you can, please like and subscribe. And we also have a Facebook group that's starting to grow a little bit. And a lot of these people, you know, Chris Deems from Country Boy
Yes,
Conversations. Now
yeah.
it used to be Cryptids, now it's Conversations.
Country Boy, yeah. There's Country Boy. I forgot about Country Boy.
You know,
There's,
Tom
there's
Carlos
Monster Radio. There's so many.
They're
of
all
them.
starting to post their shows on our Facebook group, so you can find them all there. And the link, click on links, and our shows are obviously posted there. And there's just so many shows that we follow and became friends with everybody, just like Duke and World Bigfoot Radio.
And that's what like I said, we all support each other. And it's just a nice community. And we just make sure we go to everybody's shows. We hit the like button. We talk and chat for a while. Make sure we let them know we're in there and we love them. And it's just great. And then everyone's doing it to our show. We didn't really know how these shows were going to take off. And the first couple shows, we got quite a few people in our chat. And, we're just blessed, and we appreciate all of your support. And you guys love our shows, and you're having fun. You like our subjects, and our subscriptions are growing. And I really appreciate that.
So there you got Daniel Diva coming back on World Bigfoot Radio for part 2 of Werewolves.
Oh, cool. Very good. Yeah.
Carpathian Mountains.
Yep. She's been on shows with Duke, and she's been hosting with Tex. She's been really growing herself, and just an amazing, intelligent woman. Just wonderful to watch.
Then a lot of times Duke will have Robin McCrae on. She's a good friend of ours, and we met her through SOR and through Duke's channel. And Duke and Robin was on our show.
Yep. And we talked to her personally, and she's really helped us with our possible Sasquatch clan. And that's when she verified it and gave me the name, which I don't want to reveal. I think it's a private name. She did reveal the name. And that is one way that those lights did kind of blink on and off, is when I mentioned the name and stuff. And she definitely verified a lot of things. So there's just so many out there. I want to try to plug everyone. That is good.
Well, everybody, I think we're going to call tonight. And this is your last chance. If you're still hanging out in the chat, and you haven't came and said hi to us yet. But make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to our channel and hit that notification bell so that you'll be notified when our new stuff comes out. And
make a comment after the show. That helps the algorithm. And
don't forget, we're also streaming on William's channels, William Nighthawk. And he has Becoming Monsters and Into the Red Rabbit Holes on Fridays, and Wednesdays he's got another show on. I can't remember what the title he called it.
Well, I think it was Tuesday, isn't it? His midnight. Oh.
Midnight Monsters or Making Monsters or something.
And then the Saturday
Monsters,
and Sunday morning is the Coffee Brew. And that's what you co-host on.
And then here pretty soon this summer, as weather permits, he's going to start having his campfire talks about Native American history and lore and all the oral history passed down to him. He's going to start that talk up again and have that show going. So there'll be all kinds of content across our platform for either late nights with us or weekends with William and us and Dennis and during the week, those guys are going to start having new shows come on, and
meteor shower is going to start, and I'll try to start getting some more videos. Before we get a camera that can actually stream live, broadcast live directly from the camera, I'll just go out there, put it on the tripod. I'll hit record, and then we'll show them on our show. Because last time when we did that, there's all kinds of different things moving out there. A lot of them were satellites, but there was some strange things moving. But if we can catch some meteors, we can count how many meteors that we can see. And
so, Duke, make sure you post in our group too, or have somebody post in our group your shows. And he said Danielle Diva is part 2 of Werewolves of the Carpathian Mountains. So that's
Cool.
why he wrote mountains.
that is really cool. Yeah, her knowledge is wonderful. I just love her knowledge. I mean, we got all kinds of knowledgeable people, and then there's knowledgeable people in chat also. It's just really good community.
Yep, we
Just
love
all of you guys.
We love hearing your guys' ideas and thoughts in chat, because a lot of you have been studying this or have an interest in all these fields and different aspects of the paranormal, cryptid, whatever the subject is. Time travel, we like doing time travel.
Yeah, we
also
talked about that
dimensional beings, and we bring up the Bible and scriptures about how there's supernatural stuff, and we don't necessarily talk about our faith or any of that, but we like to bring up different aspects and verses that talk about, like a wheel in a wheel.
Mm-hmm.
That could be possibly a UFO, or Jesus walking through walls, being a spiritual being and dimensional. I mean, that just ties right in with all the characteristics and aspects of Sasquatch or Dogman or paranormal ghosts. They all just have these characteristics that are also closely linked, but you can't really say one has this or the other doesn't, when we see that in all of them.
Yeah, I think everything is connected. That's why I see ourselves as supernatural, paranormal, conspiracist Christians, and you add it all together, and you can talk about Sasquatch, and you can talk about UFOs, and you can talk about the Bible. So
we'll talk about just about anything you want, and we have a lot of stories and a lot of interests that we like to bring up. And Wednesday nights, 12:30 a.m. on or Thursday mornings, real bright and early. We like to talk about anything. We concentrate on the chat. At least we try to, and we'll talk about anything. But we mostly never post what that's going to be, because we don't know the direction of what this show is going to be, because we try to bring up what you guys like to talk about in chat.
Yeah, we'll start out with something. And yeah, Duke, I remember when we first started watching After Hours. Yeah, it was Grant, Nick, and Danielle for quite a few months, and she's just moving on and doing other shows, which is amazing. And it's just been great.
Duke did the cryptid report for Dave.
Yeah. And so now she's moving on and doing her own thing, which is amazing. And now Marquise is kind of doing his thing on Twitch during the day, talking about UFOs. And, like I said, it was just this whole community that you just got to know so many other people, and then got to know their shows. And so I just really appreciate everybody supporting us and supporting our show that we just started a few months ago. And keep supporting each other. Just it's got to be about love and peace, and unconditional love, no judging anyone, staying on your own plate, just focusing on your own journey. And somebody is different, they can be different. We can all have our own opinions. We don't have a full mindset of things, or we have open minds. We're just not fully saying, yes, it's this, it's that, it's this. we don't know. We're just talking about things and, food for thought. Or you can say, what if, could this be? And just throwing it out there and just, we all share our own thoughts. And I really appreciate that. No fighting, no arguing, no telling anybody they're wrong. Because I don't think anybody's right or wrong. It's just what everyone chooses is their own choice.
Well, you guys can have your own opinions, obviously, and you can voice them in chat. But obviously, one person is going to believe one thing, and you might believe something else, and that's fine too.
Yep.
It's all one big piece of the puzzle, and we'll try to all figure it out together, and we'll try to do it politely and sociable, and try to get along. We're not saying anyone's way is right and anyone else's is wrong. We're just taking it all in and try to make sense of it, and we just keep going from there.
Yep.
So in saying all that, we're going to go ahead and end the broadcast. And thank you so much for being here tonight. We love you all in chat, and stay positive and be kind to each other and do something for your neighbor and show everybody love if you can, and
help people out.
And make sure you go to all those other channels and podcasts on YouTube, Facebook, Twitch that we've talked about tonight, including Duke on World Bigfoot Radio and all the other ones on Texas Front Porch platform, Blondes and Booze, and Bigfoot Michigan Rob, and Evan knows everything or questions everything. I'm sorry. Jason questions
everything. Yep.
And Jessica, and I mean, we just mentioned a whole bunch of people that you can go check out. And if you can't remember who we said, go back and watch the replay and re-listen to them.
And we appreciate all of you here. I appreciate Duke being in here and helping us talk about Sasquatch subjects. And I'm looking forward to your Sunday show. I can't wait. That sounds so exciting. And that will be after our show. That's why we timed ours perfectly, because we are done, and then we pop over to Duke's show. So.
All right, everybody. You have a great morning or
afternoon, evening.
Afternoon, whenever you get up or whatever your time schedule is. And we love you guys all. And
yeah, I agree, Duke. Yeah, she needs to make her own channel. Yeah. And then she can stream from her channel and stream from Texas Front Porch. And I mean, she just has so much knowledge. I can't wait for here in a couple of weeks. Check out what her show's going to be like on Wednesday nights. And that's just great.
We'll have to see if we can't entice Diva to come over and talk on our show one of these Sundays.
Yeah, Duke, you can help out and see if we can get Danielle on our show one of these nights. We are booked until August. We're starting to work on August now. So yeah, I just love Danielle. She's such a sweetheart. I'm just so glad that she's spreading out like that and doing different shows and talking about different subjects, and I just enjoy all of them.
Well, all right, everybody. Have a good night. We'll see you next time.
Good night. We love you.
Love you all. Bye.